By the way, I will be doing some. I will be recording the live sessions, and then I'm not gonna upload them publicly every day. I'm gonna upload them as unlisted for you guys only in premium if you want to review them. Some days I'll upload them publicly, some days I won't. It just depends because I will be obviously making other videos on my YouTube, so I don't want to upload a live session and then a whole nother video because 2 videos in one day is kind of a lot. So I'm going to be uploading them. If you want to watch them back or go to a part or listen to what I said about something. So yeah. And Christine, I see you're in here. I saw you DM me back. I'll get back to you later. Again, for you new guys, there's a lot of people in here who I just have not seen talk in chat, who do not DM me. I've never seen talk. The people that don't talk or don't say anything, right? Those are the people who will not really get anything out of this. So make sure you ask me questions. Okay. It's just important to be asking me questions just so you know, or just so I know that you know that you're getting what I'm saying. And sometimes I'll say like, oh, type 1 in chat if you understood this. Make sure you're doing that as well. Hopefully you guys understand why this is more of a B setup and not an A+. It's basically just because of the higher time frame. Yo, what's up, Raul? How's it going? We got another volume balancing here, by the way. Right? You can see I'm not marking these out, but you still got to note it. Tore my rotator cuff this weekend. Let's go. Okay. How do you do that? Mountain biking. Okay. That's kind of cool. At least you got like you gotta come up with some like badass story. Face planted. Oh god. All right. Well, that's not badass. You should be like, yeah, I fought a grizzly bear or something. Yeah. By the way, this does look like what low resistance liquidity here. Which that was the other video. That was the other video. I'm gonna make a video on low resistance liquidity and how it can be an early indication of okay, get out of your position before we actually hit the low. That's what I mainly use it for. So like this is an example where I'd maybe get out. Maybe get out just because I see okay, low resistance liquidity is forming. We're probably gonna hit this low before hitting this high. Obviously, I'm gonna stay in the position just to. Again, I hope this fails. If it doesn't, it's whatever. But I hope this fails just so you can see like I kind of changed my mind and why this would not be a good setup versus when I first came in here. If it doesn't fail, you guys saw that one setup last week I took, and I hoped it failed and it worked. That was pretty funny. Yeah, I agree, Pure Pecha. I totally agree with that. Yeah, if you don't believe in the trade, don't take it. You know, that's a really good point. I think, is Mr. Turner in here? So there's a good example on, do you remember when you asked me the other day? It was the PM session and afternoon, and there's those equal highs and there's untapped buy set above. And I kind of said, okay, this is where you kind of sit out because you asked me, I said, this is where you sit out because we didn't know which one's going to hit first. Right? We knew there was untapped buy set above, but it's against my rules to long with equal lows. And we ended up hitting buy set anyways. but it's still that type of spot or that type of scenario is just really a good time to stay out. Like that's a trade where, okay, I don't know what we're gonna hit first. That's I just want to take it. A breaker block, yeah, you can. See if there's any in the 5 minute right now. This is a gap right here. Okay, this is a 1 minute dead. Yeah, like I said, I figured ES would take these lows. Right? Why did I think that? Well, we had this failed PD array. Right? We closed under with a lot of displacement. So that's why I expected these lows to get hit. This is a breaker right here, okay? It's a breaker block because it's a right before we hit buy side, it's a order block, okay? So when we go above, right, it's an order block. But we're not going to long it because we know we hit buy side. So now we want to see it traded through after purging liquidity, and we want to see it used as resistance. Okay, it has to be a bearish breaker has to be 2 red candles, right? If this was 1 red candle, it'd still be a breaker block, but because it's a sequence of 2, this would still be 1. Okay, and it has to be like a swing low. See how this is a swing low? Right here. So imagine like in replay mode, right? This is technically an order block, but it's not an order block you take because we hit buy side. So what I'm trying to say is when you see this, you want this to be traded through, like, right, you're not expecting to be used as support, and you want to see it used as resistance, okay? So that's basically what a breaker, and if obviously in the replay you can see, right, we want to be traded through. Now when we come back up to it, that's when you short it. And you can see it lines up with a fair value gap as well, which those are the A+ setups. And I do have obviously one example is not going to help you see them every single second of the day, right? That's not going to help you at all. But I do have a YouTube video on those as well, so watch those. And I do have a few study examples as well. Hey, let's go. Hopefully this fails. All right. So it's almost at my stop. Okay. See how you could have used this low resistance liquidity? Remember how I said, okay, this is an example of low resistance liquidity I would use to probably get out of my position before we actually hit my stop, right? This is one of those situations. But for the sake of this, what I'm trying to show you why it wouldn't be A+, I'm just going to stay in. This could still end up working, right? We still got these order blocks down here. So as long as these holds, it's going to work. But Denali zone, I'll just call you DZ because that's easier. But again, one example is not going to help you. Okay, you might have just seen that and be like, what is he talking about? Okay, make sure you go watch my YouTube video on that too. Bear show B right above BSL. Are you talking about yes? Is there voice or just music? I don't know what you're talking about. Music.
I thought this was a music channel. Why are you talking all the time?
I don't know. I'll start singing. This is probably still gonna work. Damn it. You can still see it, right? We're still respecting this fair value gap, right? There's no close below. Okay, what else do you guys see? There's also bullish SMT here because on ES we hit the lows, so this is the divergence. You can see on ES we hit the low, but on NQ we didn't. So it's still technically working in the favor of this position, even though I don't want it to. Even if this setup does work, I hope you guys get the point where, okay, because the higher time frame did hit buy side, it's not a setup I typically take. Like, even if it works, I could be like, oh, in hindsight, I definitely would have taken that, which is not true. Again, for you guys missing context, I took this play when I got in here, right, on demo because I'm waiting for the 10 a.m. news to trade my funded. Okay, I took this play when I got in here because I didn't realize that NQ actually hit buy side overnight, which is this black line. And then I kind of did my analysis on the higher time frame where I do my daily 4 hour, 1 hour. Okay, I do my analysis in the higher time frame and I noticed, I was like, oh, we hit buy side overnight. Now I changed my mind about I probably shouldn't have long this. So if you're wondering why I'm still in this, that's why. Okay, I never would have taken this play if I realized that, but that's basically the reason why. I know Perpetua, you said why even take the play if you don't believe in it, right? I took this play before I realized there was buy side taken. Okay, it does look like this is gonna hit. The SMT is also still playing out. Well, there's well, didn't prove my point, but hopefully you understand this is probably not a typical setup I take. It's more, again, it's not a setup I wouldn't take, it's just a B tier setup. Okay, well, that worked. Okay, so that setup worked, which is completely fine. If we can get down here without hitting buy side first, that offered much better risk reward because longing up here is definitely not the move. Hopefully you, Jamie, can understand that. Again, I'm still bullish until we hit this buy side, no matter what happens. Okay, I still think we're going to hit this buy side. This is kind of my bias at the moment. Again, entry down here would be much nicer. We are forming a little low resistance liquidity right now, just worth noting. Okay, this basically means we're forming like a trend line with a lot of stops, right? We have 15-minute equal highs here, and we also have this kind of trend line. So looks like we are going to break out of here without going lower, but that's fine, right? We either wait for a long down here or we wait for this to get swept and then we look for a setup. And obviously this news at 10, so it won't really take big touch or anything anyways. I gotta post this in an indestometry real quick. By the way, when I do get a new mic, I should suppress my keyboard sounds. I mean, I know some of you guys like that, but... Okay, so we got low resistance liquidity. And then we got buy side above. So, we'll see what the news... the news is red folder, I believe. So, it should make a decent impact. Oh wow, this is why I gotta watch NQ as well. That's why I'm doing. Tell a little uncorrelated at the moment, right? But got these 5-minute equal highs on ES. Let's see what YM's doing. Okay, there's the 15-minute equal highs. Or 5-minute. They're basically the same thing. You could say 15-minute or 5-minute. NQ is pretty uncorrelated with ES, which, again, this happens every single time before we get news, so I'm not even surprised. YM, same thing. Well, YM, we're still holding that bullish condition here, right? This is a very, very obvious, really good bullish PD array with an order block supported underneath. Right, so really until we break that, it's not worth looking bearish on. It's not worth being bearish on YM until we break that. Okay, I'd expect this high to be taken out. So it's kind of like the trend day lesson I took yesterday. I know we're just gonna keep trending up as long as we hold. This is like the spot, right? Until we really break under this, I'm not really looking for short setups here. You can see YM and ES are a little more correlated here. Okay, why is that the case? It's because they're more closely related, and NQ is kind of in its mind of its own. Same thing happened last Thursday or last Friday when we were on stream. Okay, kind of pointed that out, how YM and ES are going to follow more closely together, right? So if I think this is the draw on YM, that's going to hold up ES, and NQ is just going to do whatever it wants, right? That's so, like, if I'm thinking the 2 out of the 3 are bullish here, I'm not going to care what NQ is doing, because YM just looks like it's going to go hit this buy side, and then ES just kind of has this low resistance liquidity. So by the way, this black line I've marked is the hourly order block. Remember that, right? So we know this is institutional support level. I'll take this on my screen. All right, this is the order block metal kind of pointed out here. That's why I still have it marked.
Can you put that I pointed that out on the chart, please? Thank you.
Yeah.
I need to start building my clout.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, this would be my target for ES. Why this? Well, it's the intermediate term high off this fair value gap, right? And it's the last high here. Okay, there's that. This is the same play I took last week. Okay, I kind of said, okay, we lower this as liquidity. I'm expecting us to break up here, and I kind of chased it. Because my rule, I did not long this one. Okay, it's fine if you did, but different circumstance last week when I did chase this. There was not news out there, so. Come on, why I'm so close. Okay, so very, very nice. These are equal highs, by the way. Very, very nice hold by NQ. Okay, you held the institutional support level, the order block. Okay, this is probably a fair value gap where if we didn't have news, I'd probably try longing it, right, to these equal highs. Right, just looks textbook. We got a ton of displacement up here. Okay, this is actually a technically like a, I guess this would be more of a reclaimed order block, but kind of same scenario. I gotta check chat real quick. Your fair value is different than this? Let me check. It's from this low to this high right here. Well, now you would change it a little more. Now it'd be 1392.8.5. Again, this is the bullish condition, right? As long as this holds, we should hit buy side. Okay, see, like I said, this is a fair value gap that I was expecting to work. Just at the index commentary. Right, why was I expecting that fair value gap to work? Just because it's a lot of displacement. We have equal highs above. Pretty textbook there. And again, ultimately I want this buy side to hit, and then obviously YM is slowing down here a little bit. Actually, surprised. This is going to be important. We really have to blast above this if we want any higher. Actually, I'll mark more of this. See, I'm scanning, like, I'm doing this not obviously on purpose. I just do it because you have to. I'm just like instinctively scanning through every index right now. Okay, this is how I do my 3D analysis. So I'm hoping YM holds this. Again, as long as it holds, then we should see more upside here. Which this is pretty solid fair value gap, right? We have a lot of displacement above this high. Okay. You see what? You see if you measure this displacement, it goes more than 50% of this leg. Okay. So this to me is solid displacement up, and I know we have this left high on YM, right? If I set up here. So that's why I kind of marked this 10 minutes ago. I even marked it before this candle closed. Definitely seeing some resistance at this hourly order block. Okay. And it kind of, it's more of a zone, right? There's an hourly order block here. There's a 15-minute order block here. So generally speaking, this is the area where, okay, if we do not displace above this, this is not really bullish yet. So that's kind of the area I'm watching. And this is just multi-time frame analysis, right? Where you see hourly order block, it doesn't exactly line up with a 15-minute, but they're still pretty close to each other, where it's more of like a kind of zone you can draw, and it's not that big of a zone either. This is the fair value gap I drawn before. Okay, we actually, let's see if we hit discount. So unlike before, we're hitting discount now, but it's not a fair value gap at long, probably because, right, we just took out this high, so it'd be a lot more riskier. Technically, if I thought ES was going to hit buy side here, I'd expect this fair value gap to work. Okay, but it's not something I'd long or enter a position in because we already hit buy side on the Q. So, but because of 3D analysis, right, if I'm expecting us to hit buy side here in ES, or I'm expecting bullishness on another index, or I'm expecting bullishness on YM right here, right, I'm expecting us to hit this buy side. Although it's not something out long on NQ because we hit this high, it's still expected to work. Okay, we need to, this is a really important high, we need to accelerate over this. See how it's kind of working, right? I'm not, again, I expected this. Why? Because I know we're bullish on YM, and yes, okay, there's the high. So there's buy side for YM. ES is so close. So we kind of created equal highs here, actually, which is kind of better. So we hit the target, we just didn't break it with a lot of explosiveness, which usually when that happens, right, we usually come back and hit it with a lot of explosiveness. So you'll see that probably. I'm not a YM trader, but this is definitely like a play I would have taken if this was ES. So you can see this NQ gap clearly working, right? Just as I expected, because I know we're still bullish on ES, which means what? This should work, right? Goes back to the idea of 3D analysis. And again, I do want to see a little more explosiveness through these highs. Okay, there it is a little bit. I know there's some probably degens who long this on NQ, so if you did long, probably scale most here, or just wait till. This is a situation where if I was holding NQ, I'd probably just wait till buy side gets hit on ES, and then I'd sell my NQ. But this is obviously an important high to mark because it's the internal high after bouncing out this fair value gap. You took that, Ryan? Yeah. So Ryan makes a great point, okay? Ryan makes a great point. So Ryan just said he longed that, okay? Which, like I said, I was expecting this to work. I was expecting, like, my bias has been spot on, right? We had this low resistance liquidity. I was expecting this to be bullish, but it doesn't fit my personal rules because I don't like trading before the 10 a.m. news. Although everything worked that I wanted it, right? If it fits your rules, you can take it. It's fine. Like Ryan took it, right? Fits his rules. Just because they're my rules doesn't mean they have to be your rules, right? I was still right on where the market was going. You know, so if that applies to you, then these are still fine to take. Like I'm sure more than Ryan just longed that, right? I'm sure more than Ryan just longed all this stuff. But again, he makes a great point. Plus EV, do you see? I don't think it's good to turtle soup here with buy side above, right? By the way, for everyone in my live stream on Friday, I said my bias would probably be wrong this morning because the statistics wise, and I was right so much last week. That was not the case, as you can see. My bias is still right. I think I'm like 6 for 6 in the last 6 days. I forgot about the week before, but if it weren't for news, you would have held longer, possibly. Yeah. I mean, probably still could have, right? Yeah, I know I have, Ryan. The fact that I've been killing it and been perfect with bias does not kind of scares me a little because I'm gonna have a bad day coming up. I don't know when it is, but I really have just been spot on, and I'm not even trying to brag, but just everything I've been saying is very, very spot on. Yeah. Again, I know NQ is entering the new week opening gap, but obviously we're still bullish on ES, right? So I'd expect this to maybe go by the new week opening gap, depending on how big it is. Oh, you're talking about this, yeah. So you're talking about this. Okay, this is the new week opening gap from last night. Let's say buy side wasn't above here. This would be a good turtle soup entry with NQ at new week opening gap. That's more of an advanced thing. But because NQ just hit new week opening gap, right, and ES is at this high, let's say this wasn't here, then this would be a good short. But really wouldn't want to fade this buy side, right? This is pretty obvious. And I know there's a bearish SMT, but again, on the weekly time frame, I expect ES to go higher anyway, so I wouldn't want to see a bearish SMT. Ugh. Man, if you were fading my bias, you will get wrecked. Jesus, dude. Come on, just one more push. You kind of see that how I explained we'd probably go through this buy side with more explosiveness, which was the case, right? We kind of, it kind of looks like, okay, now we actually ran stops versus before we kind of just tapped them. Even though I know it's buy side up here, by the way, it's still important to mark this high. Right? Why? Because this could still happen, right? The news is in 7 minutes, by the way. My office chair I got is just, dude, I got this office chair and I hit it one day because I got mad. It wasn't because of trading, by the way. Never because of trading. It was because of this game I was playing, and I totally wrecked the arm of the chair. So like, there's like parts that are coming out the arm. It's kind of annoying, but. Yo, what's up, Howie? Yo, did you see that chat last night? The after hours chat?
No, I didn't. What happened?
Bro, this Zoru, you know Zoru?
No.
The Zoru in chat?
Okay, yeah, I see his name.
Yeah, he was sub-tier Twitch.
Wait, really?
Yeah, from like 2018.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, he was talking about how he is. So Zoru said he'd like 1.5k earnings in Fortnite, and he didn't realize you were at the World Cup. And I was like, yeah, how he played in the World Cup. And he was like, no way.
Hold on, I'm scrolling through. I don't want to see this.
Yeah. Me and him go way back to EXP scrims.
Was your name Zoru on?
EXP is so old. Yeah, that's pretty old.
Yeah, I don't even remember half the servers, to be honest.
Yeah, they did a more. I think so. Oh, Sully said, please explain why I wouldn't turtle soup this. I wouldn't turtle soup this buy side mainly because the weekly chart, right? The weekly chart, I'm expecting upside. So if you look at the daily, this high is pretty close. See how close this high is, right? It's very risky turtle souping this because this high just, I think we're gonna go for this high, then this high, then this high, then this high. So very, very risky turtle souping this in my opinion. That's why. It's just because this, no, turtle soup can be long. By the way, do not listen to me on turtle soups. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing with turtle soups half the time. I do them for practice occasionally. It's not my model. But for my eyes, this would not be a good turtle soup because I know there's a high right after, right? So I would expect, it's like low resistance liquidity, which I'll make a video on, right? If this is low resistance liquidity, this stops here, I'm expecting this to get sliced through. By the way, this is like, if it's not against your rules, you could definitely long this. Obviously, it's kind of read the news in 3 minutes, but we know you buy side here. So really, like, this should work. Let's just see if it works with the news. Again, not really against your rules, but if you don't care about taking losses, you don't care about news, and you don't care about high impact news in 3 minutes, then like this is technically a fair value gap I'd want to see work. So I'll just kind of have it drawn. Did you see what he said his name would be, Howie? Koala.
Wait, no, what was it?
He said, good look in live trading chat. He said koala or faded values.
Koala sounds more familiar than faded values, but I'm not sure.
Alright, I hope we run this buy side during this move. Again, just to be clear, it is, in my opinion, this is not financial advice. It's really kind of dumb to long this fair value gap, right? We're kind of high, but I technically, like, if I know there's buy side up here, even though I know he buy side here, right? It's still like a fair value gap where, okay, you want to see it respected, right? If I was in a long position, my stop would probably be under it. But from being smart, it's just not super smart to long. Right, we have news in a minute. And yeah, we are in the macro time too, right? It's the 11:50. It's the 9:50 to 10:10 macro. So I probably want to see this run during that time. Yeah, that's Ryan. That's what I would want too. I'm not gonna say that directly because I don't want anyone being degens here, but this is one of those days where like I could change my rule and be like, maybe I could play stuff before news comes out, but I don't know, I just feel like longevity-wise, it's a little better. Okay, well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing I'm gonna take that. Okay, this is a 15-minute fair value gap, right? So this is gonna be important. So it's a good thing I didn't take that. Like I said, via news, anything could happen. Anything could happen there, right? I'm not gonna say, oh, I knew that was gonna happen, because really I didn't know, but so again, we should. I'm hoping we hold this to hit buy side. That's quite a move down. What did NQ do? Yeah, NQ rejected this new week opening gap. Good call on that, by the way. Would not have had this drawn. Okay, that's why it's important to mark this new week opening gap. Alright, if we can get some sort of 1 minute confirmation long out of here, I wouldn't mind trying it. That's why the red folder is more or less gambling. Yeah, it definitely is gambling. Because, again, that could have went either way. I still, gun to my head, this still happens, but, like, anything. We could have bounced off this fair value gap, or we could have not, right? There's not really... Yes, this is the NQ sweep. So we swept this low on NQ. It's at this order block. This is pretty much, from a 15-minute perspective, this is a textbook entry. I want to see, on the 1 minute to not, I want to see this violated. And I like how NQ swept the low as well. Again, not a fair value gap at short here. I'd want to see it violated, right? Because I know we buy set above. My friend made 9% of gold today. That's actually really good.
You ever gonna get into Forex? Or like...
Yeah, probably later down the road.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, probably later down the road. Are you? I think if you can trade the indexes and be fine, I don't like what do you need Forex for, right?
Yeah, you really don't.
Do you get my point?
Like, I guess like it just depends. Like when futures were like pretty ass for the past like 2 weeks, Forex was like pretty decent, I heard.
Yeah, it just depends. All right, ICT, what did he tweet? News volatility in 2 minutes. Oh, thanks, Captain Obvious. He said his tweet was talk with you just before 10 a.m. Be safe. And then 5 minutes, he said 5 minutes ago, news volatility in 2 minutes. That's his talk with us. You have a video. I have a video on a decent gold strat. Is it? I'm assuming it's an ICT based. Really, ideally, right here, I'd wait. I want to see this. I would not take this short because, you know, this is just a. To me, this is just okay. We hit a 15-minute fair value gap and discount, right? So, really expect upside here, but obviously, I still have this marked because it still looks like a textbook fair value gap. If you don't violate that fair value gap, yes, exactly. Exactly, Nico. That's kind of what I'm watching at the moment. Yeah, still at that 1 hour OB. Doesn't really look good, right? It doesn't really look like we're going to violate this yet. To be more precise, it's also this fair value gap, right? Which I don't take fair value gaps twice, but it's technically like, okay, this is the 1 minute fair value gap, and it lines up with this unbalanced 15-minute fair value gap. So theoretically, this is still unbalanced, even though it looks unbalanced on the one. But from like a 15-minute standpoint, it's still technically unbalanced here. Same kind of idea on NQ, right? We know he swept sell side here, and we bounce off an OB, so would I be confident in taking the short? Probably not, because just the conditions, right? We swept sell side. If it works, great. I don't care. Okay, but same kind of ideology. I'm building my PC probably Saturday. Wait, equal highs. I would say these are relative equal, but not like perfect equal to the cent. You can see how much resistance this is giving us at the moment. This is why I like to wait for, instead of just blindly longing the 15, I like to wait for like a 1 minute confirmation long setup, you know? So if we get like a nice green candle going through this, then like a fair value gap right here, that's where I'll long. And then I'll just hold till this, and this would be our 7-point move. But until we get that, I don't, like I said, I'm not the type of guy who likes blindly longing the 15-minute fair value gaps, just because I think your strike rate can go down a lot. You're talking about this, right? I would consider it valid. I just want to see it hold. Honestly, if we get this far below, like, I consider it valid, but really this is the spot where if we don't hold this, that's a really important PD array being violated. So I think it'd be better if we just held here. And it is technically a good sign. We are holding low resistance liquidity here. Or we are forming low resistance liquidity here, which is good. Right, you can see this mini algorithmic trend line. And if it gives us a entry, I'll take it. Just need to see some displacement and then a fair value gap. Yes, exactly, Amor. Exactly. I mean, I could obviously long right now, but I don't want to teach you guys bad concepts. This is what I did last Friday. What I did is I saw this low resistance liquidity and I just slapped long because I knew it was going to be broken over, and I knew he'd buy set above. Right? I could have obviously just done it there, but. This is exactly what I was expecting. Okay, let's see if we can get a fair value gap entry. All right, if we can form a fair value gap here, I'll try long. Actually, you know what? I'm actually gonna, if we can retrace like right here, I'm gonna put a limit right here. Okay, I'm gonna try long here. Okay, I'm gonna try long here. And my reasoning is this is an inverse fair value gap. And I'm gonna target the high above. Right, there's no fair value gap, but it's also an inverse fair value gap, so I don't think it's a terrible setup. My stop, I'm just going to put probably under this low here. So like a 3-point stop. If it gets stopped, it gets stopped. It's fine. NQ still respecting this fair value gap. Again, NQ is kind of the one holding us down here. I want to see us violate this, but we're not, unfortunately. This is kind of another fair value gap as well. This has got to hold, or else this is probably going to fail. Again, it's a 3-point stop, so I don't think it's terrible risk reward. If this play works, that'll get us about 6 points. So, yeah. I don't like how we need to just blast out of this. If we can hit this high, I'll put my stop to break even. Come on. I need NQ, a lot of displacement here. And this has got to hold. Again, exactly what I said I wanted to happen for an entry is happening, right? So that's my plan. I said I wanted to see a green candle here with a fair value gap entry, and then that's what I'm long, right? So I'm really what I'm doing is I'm just following my plan, right? My plan, if I get stopped out, that's my plan. If I get take profit, that's my plan as well, right? So I'm just following my plan here. Okay, that's what you want to do, trading. Obviously, the entry down here would have been better because I could already had my stop to break even, but it is what it is. If you can just blast over this high, that would make this a risk-free trade. This is also the macro time descended too, so. Okay, now I'm gonna move my stop to this low right now. Okay, you're probably wondering why I'm doing that. I'm doing that because if we go back below this low, I know we're probably gonna go hit the stop. So I'm just gonna make a 2-point stop now rather than a 3-point. Just lower the risk a little bit because From an ICT standpoint, I know if we go back below this low, we're probably going to hit my original stop anyways. Okay, hopefully that kind of makes sense. So it kind of lightens the wrist a little bit. Again, I don't like how we're not coming in and then going out right here, right? I want to see displacement in and displacement out, which is clearly not happening. So might get stopped in this. Yeah, this is on Q is definitely holding us down, right? We're now cutting below this for a bag up on Q. We're still holding this, which I do not like at all. Come on, yes. Hold your ground. Kind of sucks that the macro time just ended because it's gonna make this a much slower run, right? Now that the 10-10 time ended, it's going to make this a much slower run if it does work. I don't like these equal lows here now. Okay, so I'm up 2 points here. Again, I don't like how slow we're moving in this. If we can hit right here, I'm gonna just move my stop to break even. Okay, I'm moving my stop to break even here, guys. Okay, my entry's right here. I'm moving my stop to break even. Okay, this is good. This is good. Okay, my target is this buy side of liquidity here. Man, I'm so glad this is working. Again, I don't usually alert plays like this. Okay, obviously I'm gonna scale probably 75% here, and I'll leave a few runners to list because it's a difference of a point. Okay, I don't care if we hit or not. Okay, so I'm scaling like 75% here. Okay. 3 ES cons, and I'm holding one more till right here. Okay, you could, if you don't care about a difference of a point, then I would probably, if you don't care about a difference of a point, I'd probably just scale, get out all here, okay? I'm being completely honest. Okay, so I'm basically out. I just have one runner. Okay, we'll see if it gets hit or not. Okay, my one runner, I want this to hold.
W dodgy.
Yes, sir. I'm so glad that worked because the thing is, if I have new members coming in here and my first trade's a losing trade, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this guy sucks," which you guys know. Like I said last week, I said I was gonna alert more this week, didn't I? Okay, I said I was gonna alert more this week. Typically, it's not gonna. I'm not just gonna be like, okay, I'm entering here. Here's my stop. Here's my take profit. Sometimes I'll hint at it. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, here's where the market's going. I really hope you get the memo. You put your house in the trade. Now you can buy two. Okay, you're gonna see a recording later. ICT took that trade as well. Okay, guarantee it. See if this shit gets hit. Like I said, if you don't care about a difference of a point, get out here. Okay, if you care about beautiful execution, then hold till this high. Okay, it's up to you. But that was your trade. Okay, silver bullet. That was too beautiful. Again, the reason why I say, again, if you care about, if you care about a sexy trade, hold to this buy side. If you care about getting 5 handles, shutting off your screen, and being done for the day, this is really the high you want to get out at, right? That's your 5-point move. And I literally just tweeted that today. This is really the spot where, okay, if you start seeing displacement under here, just get out your rest of the position. Okay, my stop for my last runner is the CE of this wick. Again, if it gets stopped, I don't care. It's still a 5-point trade. Wait, did ICT tweet about that? I didn't even see. Probe 4,200. Yeah, so ICT's got the same bias as me. Hey, Sperm, did you catch that trade? I have ICT muted, Sperm. I don't check his tweets. Damn, I literally just alerted a long, Sperm. You missed it. What 5 points? By the way, for people who usually come up here and speak, I totally forgot to invite people up today. That was my fault. Here, I'll bet you up, Levi. I totally forgot. See why, like, again, you can just see. Why do I say if you don't care about a point, get out of all your position here? It's because this, right? I've seen this market I've been in this market so much to know, like, okay, I know you buy side here, but if you don't care about a difference of a point, I know this is a possibility of happening. That's why I said I'm being completely honest. I said get out of all your position here if you don't care about a point, right? It was actually like not even a point. It's 0.75. So I just got stopped the other runner here. Okay, got stopped 1 point in profit. It is what it is. Okay, but again, that was a good trade, and that's literally why I just said I know how this market works. I said, right, I'm being completely honest. I would really get out here if you don't care about a point because just this what's happening right now, I knew could happen. Okay, so W trade. This kind of sounds a little crunchy, but pretty good trade in my opinion. There's our 5 handles. Okay, I literally made a tweet this morning. Just look for the 5-handle move between the times, right? We just got it. That's going to be my only trade, okay? That's literally going to be my only trade for the day, okay? I'm green. I'm coming back tomorrow. I'm going to still staying live for a bit, but that's what you got to do to be profitable, okay?
Yo,
what's up, Levi? Did you take that?
Yeah.
Very nice.
You know this funny thing, bro? This is that situation where you're fighting demons for perfection, bro.
Yeah, I know.
But I closed it. I literally closed it. The minute I saw the second red candle, I was like, this may be one of those situations where we fall short.
I know. That's why I said. I have enough experience in this market to know this could have happened, right? That's why I marked this high and not. I know we have bias it above here, but I will mark this high. Like.
And plus, it was clean. And the funny thing is that, bro, when I got into the trade, I had limit orders on, so I didn't set it. So I was just like manually.
Thank you, Frank.
And so I just have fat ass down close candle, and I bought it inside that fair value gap. Then I also saw ICT's tweet when he said, "Watch the 10 o'clock fair value gap."
Yeah,
I got stopped on the short for like a quarter, like 2 handles. So I took like a $10 loss on the short, like that fair value gap that became resistance. So I'm like, okay, bet. Where's my stop loss before? So I kind of like traced back my steps and okay, that's up here, and I reversed and caught this. So I got stopped out for a short. Then I reversed it and went long for that buy side.
Yeah, that was clean. Yeah, even ICT, right? Look at what he just tweeted. 5 is all she said you get, okay? Because he knows he is this marked. I guarantee it, right? He is this marked, but. Like I said, okay, gave us our 5 handles. Get your 5 handles, dude. Like, it's just a really good thing, right? And if you held if you held your full position until buy side and you just got stopped to break even, okay, I'm not gonna lie, very, very dumb move. Okay, very, very dumb. Okay, if you scaled 50, 75% of this high, just like I said to do, and then you got stopped to break even, that was the best possible execution you could have just had. Okay, best case scenario, that was what you just did. Okay, but for you guys trying to hold your full position till the home run target, this buy set up here, instead of just scaling it this high, not really a good play. Yeah, no problem, ATX. I really don't care what happens here. You can see we're rejecting this fair value gap at the moment. It's also an inverse fair value gap. Again, you should not be interested in pushing a button here, but I would probably think we're gonna go for this low. Okay, because I see us rejecting this fair value gap. Obviously, you should not be pressing a button because and another thing, NQ did hit sell side here. But what's another thing you notice? We got oh wait, never mind. I was gonna say these equal lows are not equal lows; they're relatively equal. Also, what's another thing? This is low resistance liquidity right here, so that's why I'm kind of okay. This should get sliced through like butter. Not a button I'm pressing though, right? Because I just got my 5 handles. Well, I don't want an next 5 handles. Honestly, sperm. My condition for the day is this fair value gap. If we can hold this, I still expect this to go up and hit buy side. Okay, so maybe we could sweep these lows and then bounce again. This is my condition, as you guys know I talked about on Twitter, right? This is important fair value gap. If we start displacing beneath this fair value gap, okay, we're probably going to go test this 4-hour fair value gap down here and do something like this. But the 15-minute fair value gap is a really big indication of that right now, right? This is, if you don't have this drawn in your chart, make sure this is drawn, because I will say, as long as we hold this, I'm still bullish. Just, I don't care if I see a short setup, I'm not shorting. Yes, basically, sperm. The idea I have right now is it's all based around this 15-minute fair value gap, right? You just like how you say, if we go beneath the certain level, we're going lower, right? This is if we cut below this, we're probably gonna go test this down here. So that would give us a nice like 10-point, 15-point move down. Oh, we're gonna have another COVID 2.0 breakout. Don't you worry, it's coming.
What do you mean by that?
We're gonna have a big. We're gonna go back and hit yearly lows. And I got my cash ready. I got my cash ready to buy when we do. Wait, Howie, what are the specs on your PC?
I don't even remember. Hold up. They're pretty good. I don't even check. Dude, I honestly forgot like everything gaming related.
Really?
I was just looking at them the other day actually.
Do you have a do you know what GPU or CPU? Do you have
tell you right now.
AMD or Intel?
Intel.
Oh.
Hold up, about to tell you right now. Buy my PC.
No. Wait, why would you want to sell it?
Because I don't play games, so it's like I don't really need a PC.
Yeah, but you're still trading.
Yeah, I was thinking of maybe getting like a really good MacBook, a really good laptop, so I could just bring it everywhere.
Yeah. I didn't even alert this in index commentary or anything. I forgot.
9900K.
Okay, that's not bad. Wait, you have an Intel i9?
Yeah.
Okay.
With 8 cores. What are the other specs? Okay, I have a RTX 2080 Super.
2080 Super. Okay, that's pretty good actually.
Yeah. And then what else is there?
This looks like it's engineering a lot of liquidity right here. What RAM? What RAM do you have?
I don't know. I know it was pretty good. How do I check? Where can I even find that?
By the way, guys, your mindset should be, I don't give a fuck what happens here, right? We just got our 5-handle trade. Go for a walk, take a break, come back later if you want to trade more. But honestly, that's good enough for me. I'm probably done for the day, especially with all this red folder move. We got all right, I'm gonna type. Everyone type 1 in chat if you caught that long in chat. Stop. No, sperm. Stop it. I'm going to ban you. Dude, I'm serious. Stop spamming 1, bro. Oh my god, stop. This is for a screenshot. Stop it. Bro. Chill. Jesus. This looks like it's engineering a lot of liquidity, right? So I'm guessing we're going to get some kind of knifey candle through this. Again, do I care? No, I do not, right? I'm not executing this. Okay, I'm tape reading. Until I see something else I like, right? This is a good, perfect model. You saw me execute. You saw me plan that out before it even happened, right? I said I want a green candle here with a fair value gap. And this is being recorded, so you can watch this later if you want. Okay, here it kind of comes. Should hit this low. So see how you kind of slice through this very easily? It's because this is a lot of engineered liquidity, right? So that's why I was kind of expecting that. And we hit this low, which is the trend line low, which is good enough. Okay. Stop here, stop here, stop here, stop here, stop here, stop here. Obviously we have some more stops down here, but we ran just 5 stops in that one candle. So this is a 1 minute time frame for so very, very small, but you can still see the algorithm is still present. NQ took those. So look at the same time. So why didn't we hit this low? It's probably because NQ just hit the low. So NQ hit the low, ES did not, right? We still have that bullish SMT technically, and we still have bias it above. So again, I'm not really interested in, okay, I think we're gonna go down here. I'm not really interested in shorting, even though I think that, or even though I say that, right? I'm still interested in another long. This is an important fair value gap. If we can close above this, this could set up for another potential long to get up here. Again, I'm not sure if that, if me learning like that, it's not going to be an everyday thing. It's going to depend on the day. Okay, you literally, even, by the way, if you look at back in the recording, if I ever say, okay, here's what I'm looking for a long, right? If I go to replay mode, right here I said, okay, we got some low resistance liquidity forming, which I expected an up move, right? There's no entry at the time. But right here, we saw low resistance liquidity, And I literally said, okay, if we kind of violate this fair value gap right here, and then get a big candle, and then a fair value gap, that's when I will long. And if we get that, and I don't say anything, but my plan is perfectly coming into play, then that's kind of me hinting at, okay, I just gave you the plan. Now you're the one that's going to be executing the alert rather than me just telling you buy here, sell here, because that's not going to help you. I'm not going to make you profitable, right? I will not make you profitable. That is very important to know. I will not make you profitable. You will make yourself profitable, right? If I get the plan, you just got to execute it. Okay, I could give you guys alerts all day, but that's not going to make you profitable. You're not going to get profitable from doing that. By the way, this looks like a good long, I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to stay out for now. So yeah, that's just something that is important to note. Frank, I'm getting 64 gigs of RAM just so it's faster and just so I can run footprints very easily and just stuff like that. Again, this is another really textbook long, I'm not going to lie, but this is one of those cases where if I long this fair value gap on Q, I would not sell. I would not have a target on Q. Like, I would not be targeting this high. My target really for NQ would be, okay, if ES can take out this buy side, that's when I'll get at NQ. That's how I do my 3D analysis, which, by the way, you can see we have triple equal lows here now, which I obviously don't like. And what I want us to violate this fair value gap and go hit buy side. That's kind of the plan right now. You long that fair value gap and NQ, Sully? Nice. Yeah, this is completely textbook. Yeah. Again, hopefully when I have yeah, see, so if you did long this, by the way, you should probably scale some here and then just hold till ES hits buy side, you know? I wouldn't even care about this. Aren't you supposed to wait for NQ to hit discount? I guess not really. It's because I know buy side above, I know this fair value gap is going to work regardless if we hit discount or not. So this is a situation where I don't really wait for it, because regardless, I'm still kind of bullish here. I want an explosive move too. Again, this is really goes back to the trend day example. As long as this holds, it's going to be a trend day up. Okay, because we have a lot of low resistance liquidity above the daily. If not, probably chops till FOMC. Wait, when's the FOMC? Wednesday? Okay. By the way, you can always see why this is always a good scale spot, right? Fair value gap, this internal high is always a good scale spot, right? Because it's internal liquidity, and this is also a fair value gap right here. So this is an example of like what ICT calls like a speed bump, right? This is just another speed bump example. Again, just tape reading here. I wonder if ICT said note this. This is like a mini fair value gap against our rules to take. Why? Because we have triple equal lows below, so this is against our rules to take, but still worth noting. We're setting up for a giant candle. Okay, that's what we're setting up for. We're gonna get a giant candle going through this buy side at some point. You can just kind of tell it's like compressing. And by giant candle, I mean there's gonna be a ton of volume that comes in and blasts through this. I just don't know when. There's 10 more minutes until the next macro. 10:50 to 10:50 to 11:10. Okay, there's 10 minutes. So they might wait for 10 minutes to run it. Okay. He noted a sell side earlier. Are you serious? No way he noted a sell side. What? Let me see this. I don't see that. Oh, I see. Sell set at 4,185 and 4,181. Wow, he did notice sell side. Interesting. Okay, that's kind of weird. Yeah, I mean, that's odd. You bought 8 MES cons and got charged $25 commissions? What are you on? That's unreal. I don't think he noted buy side and sell side. Well, that's helpful. Again, I mute ICT. I trust what I think. Okay, if ICT notes sell side, I don't care. I'll play what I see. Right, I didn't even know he noted sell side. Oh wait, he noted sell side 12 minutes ago. Oh, okay. He noted sell side. Okay, I see. Yeah, so what ICT thinks is he thinks we're gonna probably run this and then go hit buy side. Again, exactly why I'm really tape rating here. Okay, I don't care what in what order. This is where I wait for like a side to get swept, and then I'll maybe look to go the opposite side. Okay, I see. So I thought he learned that. I thought he said he noted sell side earlier. Okay, I got you. By the way, you can just see why. As soon as we hit this high, right, it's just not a good idea to. As soon as you hit this high, it's just generally a good scale spot, right? If you long this NQ for value gap, you would have gotten stopped to break even in the other half. But yeah, I kind of get what he's saying. I mean, nothing. The only sell side I noted was this one right here, and the reason why is just because we had a lot of low resistance liquidity building up. But no matter what, we're still gonna hit this buy side. I know we are. NQ definitely lagging here a little bit. Your long NQ 1390.25. See long right here. Stop loss 139277. Yeah, I mean, not really long. I'd try just because there's not really a specific reason. I would say mainly just because NQ is rejecting this higher time frame for value gap, and it's definitely lagging a lot compared to ES right now. I don't know. That's not for me personally. That's not my A+ setup. That's more of like a B setup. I'm assuming you probably long this order block. You can just tell NQ is lagging compared to ES, right? ES, I'm expecting bullish price. NQ just kind of weak, so I'd want to see this get violated. Okay, so there's the fair value gap on NQ or on ES, right? Because we have buy side above here, like it's not something I'd short, but for some odd reason, ICT thinks we're going to reject this, right? If he's noting sell side down here at 8-1 or whatever he marked, right? If he's noting this, that means he's literally saying he thinks this is going to work for a short down to here, okay? Which, again, it doesn't matter to me because I'm not playing this, but that's what he's basically saying at the moment, okay? It's against our rules of short because I think we're going to hit this buy side. I just don't know which order. Whether it be we hit sell side then hit it, but I know we're going to hit it. So I'm not sure why he thinks that. As long as this gets held, right? You can see this was same exact play kind of learned earlier, right? We violate a bearish fair value gap, we close above it, and we held it, and we even swept the equal lows in the process. As long as this holds, I think we're going to go to just hit buy side right here, okay? This is kind of my condition, okay? But if I see a giant red candle and momentum rejecting off this fair value gap right here, well, then that's probably going to tell me we're going to go down to this low. But yeah, definitely like a B setup on NAS. I want to see this get violated here, which so far it's not. You can just see ES is just pumping here, and NQ is just lagging so much, right? So come on, let's see if we can hit it. Okay, so Mr. Turner, for you, okay, this is where I'd get out, Mr. Turner, because ES just hit buy side, or I'd scale 50%, or I'd put my stops break even here, or whatever you want to do. I don't know what your plan was, but now that we just hit the target on ES, just like I said we would hit, that's when I would scale on NQ. Okay, so there's buy side. Again, had this marked all morning. Okay, so like I said, I knew that was going to hit. Pretty obvious. They ran it before the macro time, which is fine. All right, so there's all my targets have been achieved from this morning. So now you're probably thinking, what am I doing? Okay, now I am not caring about what the market does, and I will go play golf. No, I'm just kidding. I will go study. Okay, but really, like, if it was nicer, I'd probably go play golf right now. I'm being serious, right? Alright, I just posted a boom in my let's see what he tweeted. 1045 fair value gap. What is he tweeting right now? There's no way he's bearish here. 1045 fair value gap. Oh, yeah, I know why he's marking this. He's marking this fair value gap because if this is the last chance for, okay, if we fall beneath this, he wants us to see us hit this low. Okay, so there's my last target. I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure why ICT marked sell side there. Again, I've faded him before. He's, I don't know, he's accurate, but he's not 100% accurate. Okay, so now I don't really care what happens. Yeah, I don't care if it matches what he's saying. like I said, I don't care what he's saying. Okay, it's not going to affect my opinion. It should not affect your opinion. Oh, I like how we both longed that. I was just reading chat.
That should look good. I mean, worked out.
Yeah, I know. I said it was textbook long. Yeah, so again, that's more of an example. So what just happened? So what I just said, okay, I was saying, okay, there you go, buy side, right? I said this is kind of a textbook long here, right? And your stop would have been beneath this. Okay, that's not that's me kind of hinting at, okay, this is a possible entry. Here's the plan, here's a stop, and then here's your entry. And that's kind of me. That's what I do most days. Okay, that's what I do most days. Like, instead of I won't say like, okay, long here and short here. Okay, just as I did today. But what I just did about 10 minutes ago, like, okay, I kind of pointed out we were bullish on ES, right? It was we were holding this inverse fair value gap, right? I knew the draw was going to be up as long as it happened. That's what I usually do most days. Okay, it depends on the day if I alert like an exact entry and exit. Okay. You'll hopefully get the kind of gist of it, but now he's noting the weekly volume imbalance at 4124. Bro, did you guys actually just long that? So I see a couple of you long that based on what I said, which again, it's good because if I wait, type 1 if you long that, I'm curious. Even though I said I wasn't. Again, you can take plays. I don't say I'm taking, right? You're short 4199. Okay. I mean, not really a good spot to be short now that we have these 1 equal highs, but yeah, you do you, man. Oh, for a scalp, yeah, you're good. So yeah, so for you guys who did just long that, right? It's again, that was an example of me. I was kind of pointing out like, okay, here's a bias where you bias it above. That was kind of me pointing out, and then it's up to you to formulate a plan to get your entry, right? So unlike earlier when I said, okay, I'm longing here, and I'm scaling 70%, 75% here, which is 3 contracts. Okay, unlike when I said that earlier, okay, this is more of a different scenario where I kind of point things out, and then you formulate your plan based on what I say. So if you did just long that and formulate your own plan based off what I just said, good job. Not trading the rest of the day like you. No reason to. Trying to practice that. Yeah, I totally practice that too.
Yeah, about to be 11 too, so no reason.
Yes, sir. And this is about to get blasted through. Like I said, sperm, it's not really a good spot to be short yet. If this gets blasted through, we should hit this high in NQ as well. Right? Because triple equal highs, 3D analysis. Bang, boom, boom. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Again, I don't care what happens here. You want there to... Okay, so you tried souping. Okay, yeah, I see. So reclaimed fair value gap tried souping this wick, and it looks like it got to his take profit. Nice sperm. Sperm, do you understand? From like an ICT standpoint, right? Do you understand why it's the reason why you can scalp something like this for 3 points is because we hit the buy side, right? Do you understand why you shouldn't short scalp before you hit buy side? Like after you hit buy side, you can do whatever you want. Like after you hit buy side, that's when you short. Even though we hit buy side right now and we have these triple equal highs, right? Which would make me not want to short. It's still, we hit buy side in the higher time frame. It's just a lot smarter to wait for buy side to hit than you short. Versus, okay, when you buy side up here, anything could happen here. We could get giant displacement candle up hitting buy side, sometimes we get these mini shorts that work, but not all the time, and then we just blast through buy side. That's why I don't really do a full position short until we hit buy side. Man, I wish I could have executed that on TradingView. I'm on Ninja though, so would have been cleaner. I could have posted the screenshot.
Yeah, nigga, I'm chilling right now. I didn't take that second long just because I was like, I ain't take it.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's crazy. It's nice to see it work though.
Yes,
Cause I was
sir.
watching it. But I just saw that other fair value gap thing, and I was like, okay, this is where I can see both sides. It could easily pan out.
Yep.
So I just didn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know why ICT had sell side mark there. Okay, so there's equal highs, right? Triple equal highs here. So that's why I wouldn't have really been interested in a short there.
Yeah. $9.50 to 10.
All right. Everyone, if you took that long, go post your execution. I'm gonna post it right now. For you new guys, what is your experience in the live stream so far? Be honest. Do I suck or...
Need more callouts.
Okay. I'll call out 10 things a day. And I'll go like 1 for 10. What the hell? Go to trade recaps, guys. And the thing I don't know if anyone saw it, but I actually added everyone last night. And I said this is a play of taking a kill zone, and I demoed it, and it worked out perfectly. And I posted it. Do you guys... So when you go to the third picture, is there like a bunch of rainbow coloring? Howie, can you check? Like, is it like all...
Where?
And trade recaps yesterday 10:52. The third picture, there's like, for me it looks like it's like there's rainbow color. It's like distorted. Do you see that?
Yeah.
The hell? I don't know why it's like that.
No, maybe something uploading.
And if you want to watch this recording back, it'll be uploaded. Okay, there's the high in NQ. Like I said, it would probably get hit, right? Because if I know we're going to break these equal highs, then yes, I know we're probably going to break this high in NQ. again, if you executed that, go in the executions and whatchamacallit, go post your executions. Also, I just want to applaud. I want to applaud. What should we call it? Where is it? I want to applaud Mr. Turner for sticking with his long, right here, right? Even though, by the way, we're probably gonna hit this high. Even though we kind of violated this fair value gap just a little bit, right? He stuck with a stop loss onto this low, and the long ended up working out, right? Because we were bullish on yes, I would have expected this to work out, even though it wasn't as clean. So if you can hold through that and not get scared out, then good job. Okay, there it is. There's the high. Sully knows I sometimes full port into these highs. If you want to pass an easy funded account challenge, by the way, guys, like, what you can do is buy the save 90. Just buy like 5 save 90 things. Okay, 5 save 90 codes. Use my link in the funded referrals tab. And today's literally the last day you can do this. And you can just buy like 5, 25, 50K accounts or whatever, and if we get really close to a high, you literally can just full port and then sell right when we break the high. Not when we hit the high, but sell, like market sell on the candle that breaks the high. Because sometimes it goes a little past. Two out of the 3 fundeds I passed were through like actual trading. One of them I just full ported the highs and lows. Like equal highs, equal lows. And they're on the same 90 accounts because they're just so cheap, you know?
I full ported my Tradeify account last week, and I'm 200 away from being funded, but I need the 7 trading days still.
Really? Yeah, that I did a live stream on Friday, 2 Fridays ago, and I did a funded, and I passed that one. That was my 4th fund that I passed.
You copy trade them together, or?
Yeah, I'm going to. Again, this is where you should be disciplined and just watching and, you know, just not hitting any buttons. Again, there's no need to push buttons here. We got our kill zone silver bullet set up, right? You should be satisfied.
It's so crazy how price just slows the fuck down.
Yeah, I know.
just doing this bullshit the minute we just hit that.
Yeah, I know.
It's the reversal boys now.
Someone just DM me as a license. We'll answer this because it's easier. Okay, so to answer your question for the person who just DM'd me, they said they would have been stopped out right here. Okay, so like I said, this was a textbook long, as I said, and a stop loss on this was always the low, right? So you should, Mr. Turner, he longed the same thing, right? And you can obviously adjust your risk reward, whatever. I'll just say put it right here for now. But like on this play right here, okay, in this play right here, okay, he said I would have gotten stopped when this candle's formed. Okay, you should not be getting stopped unless we hit the low of the leg that was created the fair value gap. You should not be getting stopped. Okay, If you're getting stopped before we hit the low, then you're doing something wrong. That means your stop is in the right place. So theoretically, like, if you long this, you shouldn't have gotten stopped, okay? You're not going to stop out just because you see this bearish fair value gap form, right? This is the stop loss. The only way I would say you stop out is if you started seeing a very algorithmic trend line forming, and then we start knifing through it. That's when I would get out. But in this example here, this should not matter to you, because using 3D analysis, we know we had buy side above on ES and NQ, knowing that this should be a textbook long in NQ. Do you get that? DM me if you get that. Okay, you get that. All right, so perfect. So that's just a stop loss placement thing. In hindsight, this is like just textbook, but not something I would have taken. This is the fair value gap ICT, said the mark. Now traders are new you're a clunch. Nope. Are we thinking short if we get confirmation? Probably not. The only reason I think that is because, you know, we're so close to this daily buy side, right? So I'd probably not be interested in short. Maybe tomorrow we maybe be thinking short to this fair value gap. But at the moment, not really. It's important to note. Okay, so like it's important to note if we leave this daily fair value gap unfilled, and we go in tomorrow with a candle close just like this. If we leave it unfilled, then I would maybe expect a retracement into it. But if we close this fair value gap today, I would not. I would be very bullish tomorrow. So the daily candle close is going to be important. If we leave this unfilled, that tells me a lot. You passed 5 so far? Nice, Mobon. It's addictive? Yeah, I know. So your reason holding through that ES was to need to hit buy side. Yes, exactly.
Alright, catch you later, guys. Today was pretty good trading.
See you, Howie.
See ya.
Nah, for sure, nigga. I'm gonna head out too, bro. Let me
Nice,
go work
Freddie.
instead of trying to be in front of these screens.
Wait,
all
what do you
day.
do for work?
I do DoorDash,
Oh, you do?
basically. Yes, I gotta like be disciplined on myself to be able to leave the house early, like around this time, so I can make
Gotcha.
a decent amount of money.
I gotta make a little thing to this. Okay, so I'm making a little Twitter post, just a little educational post on this. There's also another thing I want to say that kind of went into my thought process this morning, and I've said it for my OG members. I've said it a lot. Also, by the way, to the guy who said they just made back 5 months of worth of what they just paid me for my membership, good job. I forgot to answer that. Again, I will not be perfect, okay? I'm not going to lie. I think every single thing I've actually alerted, like, okay, I'm logging here. I think every single thing I've actually alerted I may have a 100% win rate. I don't count me on that, but everything I've actually alerted, like, okay, here's my entry, here's my exit, I think I've had a 100% win rate. Okay, which means what? Which means the more I alert, the better chance a losing trade will come. So, yeah. Again, I don't alert often, but when I do, I mean, I would say most of the time they work out, and that's not something to be proud of, because that's not really emphasizing, okay, it's not emphasizing risk management. But at the same time, it's like, okay, I don't alert that much, but when I do, they're solid setups, they're solid entries. Even if this setup failed, right? If this setup failed, I would take this any day. Okay, this is just an A+ setup to me. I would take that any day. Yeah, no problem, Nicholas. I'll see you later. I'm going to get off here in a second. I just got to post this tweet. NQ is kind of holding the mean threshold of this order block. It's actually a propulsion block. Right? This is a propulsion block because it's a order block off of order block, right? So this is a propulsion block. As long as we hold this, kind of price is still bullish, but it's kind of my reference point at the moment. I have one more lesson before you guys go, so give me one moment. That's not right. Okay, is this good? This is a good post. 10:50 a.m. 1 minute breaker. You're talking about this candle. Yes, it would be. This is a bearish breaker. See if this. It's a little. You can probably make it a little more precise here on the 3 minute. I repeated was, I think. Yeah, so this would be more of a reclaimed order block because it's not a, this is not a swing high or a swing low. Like this would have to be a swing low for this to be a breaker. So it's more of like a, okay, we dumped on this order block, we want to see it used as resistance. So yes, it is. Right, and we know we hit buy side, so it's no surprise that this is working right now. And we also cut out under the order block on the NQM or the propulsion block. You shorted NQ 13314. Yeah, so you shorted at the breaker as well. Right, it's this one right here. So we dump below it. This is, again, more of a reclaimed order block, I would say, but same idea, right? When you dump over it, you short, and then I'd probably just target this low, and then this low, and then after that, I don't really know. But, yeah, good short, Mr. Turner. Sounds like you're on fire today. All right, let me paste this real quick. By the way, for new guys, if you're new and you kind of have a solid understanding of ICT concepts that you've been doing for a while, right? You can, and you think, and you have something to say, or you want to ask a question, feel free to request to speak. It's not forbidden. Okay, you can request to speak if you want. I don't care. Okay, obviously this is no surprise we're dumping at the moment, right? Because we know we took buy side. We know we took buy side on ES. So it's not really a surprise, but I'm just gonna kind of tape read, come back to the afternoon session. Okay, we should obviously hit this low still. Okay, there's the low. Again, after this, I'm not really sure, but there's the low. That's where I said I would have targeted on Q. What a dump. Mr. Turner, very nice trade. So, wait, is Sperm still in here? Ro wants to speak.
What's up, Didi?
Yeah, how's it going?
Everything's great, man. First of all, thanks for all you do.
Thank you.
I've learned a lot in these 3 weeks I've been in the group. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to hear. By the way, we did run that low resistance liquidity I was talking about earlier. Finally.
Yeah. So, my A plus setups would be catching breakers and trend reversals, but where I struggle is catching trends. For example, let's say we have a clear drawn liquidity.
Yeah.
Do you always wait for some sort of discount in order to get in the trend?
No, if the trend has a lot of momentum, I will not wait for discount. I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait. Like, yeah, that's a good question. So like, like right here, right on Friday, I don't care that we didn't hit discount. Like right here, we never hit discount on Q. I did not really care though. I just, because of the momentum we hit up, this is a situation where like if I know we buy set above, typically I don't wait. I'll just kind of, if I see an entry in the lower time frame, I'll take it. You know.
Okay.
But
another question: do you always respect your stop loss placement? For example, if you're taking a trade based on a fair value gap, we're supposed to put the stop loss below the candle that created it, right?
yes.
But sometimes
Or
the risk gets kind of skewed.
Yeah. Sometimes the risk can be skewed, but that's only if you get a late fill.
Okay.
Like this one right here, you wouldn't put your stop loss under the fair value gap. You'd put it under the swing low, just because it's an order block. It's a fair value gap, so the trade would be dead if we went under the swing low.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yep. I understand.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I just have to get used to the feeling of knowing when to go for aggressive entries or just waiting for the retest, because something I've been trying on these past 3 weeks has been getting in the trade before the retest. I mean, if we get the break and it's a clear breaker, I will get half of the position in market entry, and then I'll wait for the limit orders to get filled.
Yeah.
And it's working pretty well, to be honest.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I like those setups too.
Well, That's it for my question. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Yo, everyone go like my tweet I just posted. If all 113 of you liked it, then I would have 113 likes. And if you don't like it, you're fake. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really care. All right. YM. Still, YM is important for me to see. Kind of. Last night I was talking in the lesson about how I know we're going to keep trending up. If we get a strong candle close displacing above this and not really consolidation around this, what you can see, we're getting a lot of consolidation in your buy side. That tells me what we're likely to do. And I'm not going to, that's another lesson, but I'll explain more on that another time. But see how he just said sell side, and I said really after this I wouldn't really know where to hold to, right? You can just see always scale at the lows, right? This is the low of the day. What happens? We kind of, even though we could reject here, right? What you see is going to low day, we retrace a lot. Same thing with this low on ES. As soon as you ran this low, you kind of saw us just reverse right away. Yeah, Mr. Turner, I'm afraid to talk to you. That's what, until we really, I would say until we violate this fair value gap, I would not be confident in ES going back to buy side here. I'd really honestly want to wait and just see. And again, not a good time to trade. It's 11:22. Not a good time to take a trade at all. You're done for the day unless I alert. If I see a clean setup this afternoon session, I could. I might. I don't know. I'll see. All right. Well, thank you all for coming by today. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. God, if you have any friends or anyone who is trying to learn ICT, okay, let them know about me. Not to buy my Patreon, but maybe to join my Discord, talking to free trading chat, right? But yeah, that's a wrap for today, right? You should not feel FOMO, right? I could have shorted this in hindsight. Would I have actually? No, I would not have, right? You should not feel FOMO. If you want to be profitable, just take a few, 1-2 plays, get out, and be done for the day, you know? So I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for coming. The recording will be uploaded later, and peace out.